I do not need to control this or take time. I'm just going to lift it out. And look at that. Iglesias has a breakaway. I have no idea why, but Inigo Martinez's hand is up for offside. Yo, do you not know the rules? So FC Barcelona are still very much in the hunt for the treble. They are one of the most exciting and thrilling teams to watch throughout all of Europe this year, but they defend like schoolboys. From wild clearances, miscommunications, and poor 1v1 defending, they do things that would make a youth coach just lose his mind. So in this video, let's take a look at the ridiculous defensive madness from Barcelona's recent 4-3 victory over Celta Vigo. Welcome to Campfire Football. I'm Sebastian North. All right, so Barcelona win 4-3 at home against Celta Vigo. Borja Iglesias gets a hat trick, and it was a late Rafinha penalty that won it for Barcelona. But what we're going to do here is focus on some of the defending because it was hilarious, frankly. So Barcelona, they take a lead through Ferran Torres. All is looking good. Then they clear ball upfield. They seem to be getting in behind, and Marcos Alonso brings it down. So as he advances a little bit forward, he is approached by Pedri. But if you take a look at Gerard Martin, the left back here, he is already slightly in no man's land. Now, I have to say, this pass by Marcos Alonso is excellent and is what makes this attack. But Gerard Martin either needs to drop a little bit here so that he can't be split, or step up just a tad so that he can win this ball. The pass is absolutely perfect with the outside of the foot right into the winger's run. And now you have to take a look at Borja Iglesias. He was just hanging out offside, and the rest of the center backs are having a lot of trouble catching up. And this is because they play a high line. Now, as this ball comes across, Szczesny needs to have the presence of mind not to actually go for it, but to front where the ball is going and help either his defender cut it off or he can block the ball. Instead, he goes for it, misses it completely, and it's 1-1. So Celta Vigo, they didn't create a whole bunch of attacks. Barcelona had the majority of the ball, but there were moments where Celta Vigo were able to break the Barcelona press and just cut through them in no time. So right here, you have Lewandowski coming in from the side, and I think the big culprit of this entire play is Rafinha. He thinks maybe that he's cutting this ball off to Losada in midfield, but he's just not doing it enough. And so Ferran Torres decides to run in and put pressure on the ball. But the problem is Celta Vigo have two free midfielders, and if they're able to find them, they're going to get out. So Rafinha not cutting off the ball inside, it gets played, and now De Jong runs out to it. But he is 2v1. He's not going to be able to win the ball off of them if they do the right thing, drawing him in, little bounce pass to get away. Lewandowski is starting to move in towards the ball to try to challenge it. He won't get there on time. But look at Pedri, right in the middle of the center circle. He is also kind of caught in no man's land. He doesn't know whether he should step a little bit closer or stay where he is. And if he would just advance a few yards, he would cut the pass to Moriba. But he doesn't do that. He starts to move, realizes the ball's going there, and look how tight now Gerard Martin is. He really should have gone to Moriba and make sure that he can't turn, because if he does, he would avoid this ball in through to the other side. And as we all know, if you're in your own half, you're not offside. So Duran is just standing there waiting for the ball to get played his way. Moriba does a great job of turning, poking it through. Once again, you've got Iglesias running in behind. As this ball gets played, you can't quite tell if he's just onside or just off. It's definitely close. But again, he's ahead of the Barcelona back line. The ball gets played in. This time, Szczesny, instead of going out and trying to cut it out, he actually gets in the way and does a great job of making the save. But then check this out. It's not quite over. Jules Koundé just has to go and do that. Szczesny's able to collect it, but it's just chaos. Another example of Barcelona's pressing sort of gone awry. This is Gerard Martin here, the left back. He's going to step all the way up to go press on the right back. And unfortunately for him, he's just late. As this ball goes out wide, Gerard Martin is not quick enough to get there. He doesn't actually cut anything off. And so this ball just easily goes up the line. And who is following that? Inigo Martinez. So now you got your left back way up the line, your center back out wide and out of position. And so now the logical thing is just boop, loop it over, see if you can create something. Iglesias gets the header, and actually Pau Garcia is in the right place, wins the first one. Now just deal with it. Just deal with it correctly. Nope, swings, kicks it right into the player, and Celta Vigo can attack again. And another example of Gerard Martin making a mess of things. Here he is with the ball, tries to play one down line to Ferran Torres. It's intercepted, and Celta Vigo can try and go the other way. Now, Barcelona are fine here, and they can actually counter press if they want. But as this ball gets played in, Moriba runs off the back, and Inigo Martinez, he needs to see that De Jong is going to approach the ball, and so Moriba is running through, but he kind of just stops for a half second, and the ball gets chipped over him, and Moriba is in. Now look at these numbers pouring forward. You basically have a 2-on-1. Kubarsi goes for the ball. He's not strong enough in the challenge. Moriba keeps it, and he is able to attack. And as he gets into this position, I mean, look at this. Kubarsi Frenky's got his arm up. I'm not really sure why. The shot comes in. Szczesny makes a really poor save, and it goes right to Losada, who shoots right at Szczesny, who's on the ground. I mean, that is a fantastic opportunity blown right there. So you have to imagine at this point, Hansi Flick is like, guys, settle down a little bit. Like, I know we're going for it, but we've just got to clean up the little errors. But then Frenkie de Jong would have his moment. This is the go-ahead goal for Celta Vigo, and I mean, look, this is just schoolboy defending. Ball gets played in, two guys miscommunicate, they let it go, and Iglesias just runs through. I mean, that is an unbelievable finish. But if we take another look here, this ball going over the top, it's very simple. All that needs to happen is Frenkie de Jong says, I've got it. Inigo Martinez just peels in behind him, and if Frenkie de Jong does miss the ball, Inigo Martinez is there. And Inigo Martinez should not be going for this because he's not facing towards the field, yet he gets in the way. Frenkie de Jong makes a total error, and Iglesias is in. Now, we just need to take one more look at this because it gets even better. This right here. Bam! Hits the water bottle. I love that. I love that. So at this point, Borja Iglesias is heating up. He knows that he's got chances, and he's read that they're so high, a lot of the time pushed up in their own half, to where he just needs to stand on the halfway line to be able to get a breakaway. And that's what would happen right here. So they try to be a little too intricate going into the box. Celta Vigo start to counterattack, and there's a tackle here by Gerard Martin. He's able to get to it first, but take a look at Iglesias. If this ball goes anywhere through the Barça defense, he is on another breakaway. And you can actually see, look at him right here. He's like, oh my God, that was so close. Yeah, well, his chance is coming, but yet there would be more situations here. Pedri gets stuffed by Moriba. They start to counterattack. Take a look at this right here. Look, it's a risk Kubarsi felt he had to take. I'm going to go ahead and try and get this guy offside, but this is how close we're talking here. And the ball gets played in through to him, and Frenkie de Jong is able to get back. Now, they get into this position. Kubarsi goes to help de Jong. You cannot let the guy shoot through you guys. I mean, that's ridiculous. He's able to get the shot off. Szczesny makes the save. Look, Hansi Flick's style, I am not going to criticize it. The guy's won a Champions League with Bayern Munich already. Barcelona are treble contenders. Like, this clearly works, but my goodness, from a coach's perspective, there have to be times where it's a little bit maddening, especially when you see things like this. Lamine Yamal plays the ball into Dani Olmo, and Dani Olmo thinks that Lamine Yamal is coming back to get it, doesn't make the run, and so it releases to a Celta Vigo player. Now, he already knows, I do not need to control this or take time. I'm just going to lift it out, and look at that. Iglesias has a breakaway. I have no idea why, but Inigo Martinez's hand is up for offside. Yo, do you not know the rules? Inigo, he is not offside if he is in his own half. You can actually see all three of the Barcelona back line. This is insane. They're 45 yards from goal, and Iglesias is just standing behind them onside. I really hope they know that this is not offside. And as soon as the ball gets played out, you can see Inigo Martinez there in the halfway line with his hand up. That is completely ridiculous. Iglesias goes all the way through. Nice little dink to put it in, and he's got a hat trick. Now, Barcelona would do what they do, continue to attack and score goals, and they would actually level the game at 3-3 by the 70th minute. And so here Hansi Flick's like, guys, we just came from 3-1 down, tied it up 3-3. Don't throw it away with more stupid mistakes. Just take a look at this. Again, the rules. You can't be offside on a throw-in. I don't know why you guys are just leaving him free, but either way, you do a good job of sending him the corner and double teaming. This is great, right? You can't let him out of here. Can't let them sneak out of the corner when you've doubled them like that. And then Barcelona are able to block across. Celta Vigo win it back. And as this ball gets played across, you can see the center forward here. He's just right in the middle, onside, looking at Koundé like, I am in. And Inigo Martinez just decides to step up instead of actually marking a player who is not offside. Like, this is crazy stuff right here. I mean, the problem is that you leave players open who have made clever runs and time them correctly, and it almost results in a goal. Szczesny comes out and makes the initial save, and as this chip comes up, Szczesny gets his hands on it, and the ball drops to Mingueza. He's got the opportunity to score against his former side, and he heads it wide. Doesn't matter. In the end, Barcelona get a late Rafinha penalty, and they win the match 4-3. I am not criticizing this style of play because, look, they have been extremely successful this season. It's just insane sometimes, and you do wonder, do they, know the rules? Because you cannot be offside on a throw-in, and you cannot be offside when you're in your own half, yet you got hands going up when players receive the ball in these positions. So we'll see how they do against a very tactically adept Inter side in the Champions League. But either way, thanks for stopping by. I'm Sebastian North. This is Campfire Football. Take it easy.